Welcome to Listen.
Teacher Chatter.
This is Robin.
And Jill.
And we're back together.
And is this like going to be every week now?
I think this is it.
August is right around the corner.
I can't believe it. Honestly, I cannot believe it.
I don't know what I believe anymore.
Yeah. You know what? I have been singing Reunited and it feels so good all week. So you know what? It feels like this should be a song we can sing today.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. I accept that.
Good. So was it worth, does that make it a little bit better when I sing that song to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can join in and I like sing-alongs.
I like it. Yeah, I like it too.
Okay. Well, highs and lows for the week.
All right. You want to start?
I love that this is still a thing after 27 episodes.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it.
Yeah. 27 episodes, and it's still a thing for us.
It's still fun.
Sometimes I still like to sneak,
I know.
Make you do it.
That's why I have to be right on, be on top of it, ready to go.
Okay, so yes, I have highs and lows. I'm gonna start with my high. Okay, so my high is that my husband has been power washing the outside of our house. Like, we live in a metal house, for people that don't know, and also metal siding, metal roof.
Everything.
Yes, lightning strikes us all the time.
Yeah.
I
didn't think about that.
It's a real thing.
Do you feel it?
No, but all of a sudden we'll come and something's burnt out in our house or something.
Oh.
I know. And we're on top of a hill, so
it's
a big house is what we live in. So
wow.
Mm-hmm. So anyway,
very interesting.
To say all of that, he has been power washing the whole thing, which has been a job. And he asked me the one day if I could help, and I was like, yeah. Now, here's the thing you need to know. Number one, my husband is a perfectionist. Anybody that knows him. And so even when I help him, he ends up doing it because I'm not doing it right. No. And it's not because I'm trying to do it wrong.
It's just not the way he wants it.
No. So when he asked if I could help, I knew what this really meant was...
keep him company?
Yeah. And so I just sat underneath my little shaded umbrella and just drank my water as I sipped and sprayed on sunscreen so I wouldn't get burnt and would look and cheer him on.
It's a rough job somebody has to do.
I was a great supervisor and he did a great job. It looked very
They just want you there. That's how my husband is. He just wants me there.
Well, he did until today, and then he actually told me I didn't need to do it anymore because he said, really, you're out here in case I fall, and then you would watch me die. And he goes, maybe you wouldn't want to watch that, and so maybe you'll just see me on the ground and then you can call 911. So
that went downhill quickly.
It really did. But good news, he is not falling.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. I may have to edit this lately. And anyway, so there you go.
Is he still on the roof right now?
No, he was on our back porch.
Okay.
Doing the stuff. Yep. My low for the week is we have kind of been looking at vehicles. Oh. And that is a low in general.
Yes.
There are 5 vehicles out for sale right now.
And they're $1 billion.
And they're $1 billion.
And they have 1 billion miles, even though
they have 1 billion miles. And my low with that is actually so you go into a dealership and they are so nice at first. They talk to you, go on your all the things, and then you feel like you have a relationship.
Yes.
You really do.
And they want you to have their car. You feel like they picked you.
Yeah. And I'm and I like this person. And then you start running numbers, and then all of a sudden, there's no working with you. And, we had one person, not the actual guy that was working with us, but then, they bring in the other person.
Yes.
And the other person, I don't know that I've ever been so disgusted, in a long time, was basically, mocking us because we wanted to look at another vehicle at a different dealership that wasn't, quite as big or didn't have as many options. And I didn't like that.
No.
And then...
Nope.
When we were okay, is this the best price? He told the guy that was working with us, he would take $3 off of it.
No.
$3 off of it. Yes.
$3? I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah. And you don't, I'll tell you off air where it was.
Yeah.
It was,
I want to know.
We've actually bought a vehicle there before even.
That's ridiculous.
Last year.
$3? Yes. I'd rather them say nothing.
Exactly. I felt I got slapped across the face. It made me very unhappy. And as a teacher, I actually want to call the place and say, here's the name of this person. And I just think it should be a teachable moment.
I agree.
And if we ever go back there, I feel like that it's probably going to come out of my mouth.
Do it.
And it's not because I'm not being mean. No. It's teachable. Like, that is not how you treat people. No. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah. There you go. So that was my low.
Oh, man.
Try to beat that.
Mine's nothing compared to that. I should have gone first.
You went first. I should have said
I should. No kidding. Because mine's actually really dumb.
Oh. Well, that's a good one.
It's not. I was devastated because this week I was drying.
So this is your low?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was drying my hair and I found gray in it.
That is okay to be sad.
I have never had gray hair. And I know I'm older most people get gray hair way ahead of time, okay?
Are you bragging now? Is that Are you bragging?
Most people are like way gray, and I just happened to find mine this week.
So good.
No, but I mean, and it shouldn't because I'm 45. Like a lot of people have it way ahead of me.
Right.
And so then I say, like the right person, I told Maddie, I was like, do you think this is just my highlights that's gotten really blonde? And she said, no, that's a lot of gray. She said, a lot of gray. But you know what? I'm going to stay strong.
Yeah.
So I'm going to my hairdresser in a couple weeks. I'm just going to get it highlighted again because the good news with
maybe
curly
you have
hair.
to highlight a little more often.
Yes. But it was, I don't know. It made me feel old.
I get it.
It made me feel kind of old and I don't feel old, but it felt like I was crossing a bridge there.
There's a person I live with who a few years ago was like, I think it's just blonde, right? And I was like, and then recently denial can't overtake.
Well, you know, my husband, he was all gray at 25.
I didn't say it was my husband. Oh. I said the person in my house. It could have been anybody. There's
Nash. Was it Nash? Tell Nash she looks good. Just Nash. Nash there is blonde. Tell him not to worry about it, okay? It's okay. Well, so he's been great. My husband's great literally, I think here the year after I met him, he says it's me. He's been all gray and white. So like he's used to it and he don't think anything of it, but mother of pearl, I want to stay young forever. So
you can still be young forever.
I know, but I don't want to pay extra to get acknowledged. It's the money. Those are the highlights. Well, so you know what? I might have to just start coloring my hair. So you know what? Maybe I'm just becoming new. Maybe you'll never know what color will come out.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
That would be.
Is that your high for the week? You're gonna like start changing your hair color all the time?
Maybe. The one time my oldest daughter, I thought she was going for a highlight. Oh. She came home with all black hair.
Well,
it didn't go over so well.
Yeah.
I tried to be positive with my parenting and I was like, what did you do? It was bad. Yeah. But then on that bad nose, it took her a long time to get back to her color because if you dye it black and you're not dark hair, it's hard to get back to natural. So just a little extra bonus for you.
Oh, wow.
For people out there.
I didn't know that. So bonus. It's good to know.
Yeah.
What's your high?
Oh, my high. You know what? I'm back at school.
Yes, you are.
I am.
Nobody's really here, though. There's only like 5 vehicles in the parking lot.
There's only 5 people here. Period. That is 5. Exactly. No, I think there might be 6.
Is that a positive?
Yeah. So, you know what? There is, even though I hate to be back and everybody's at home and everything's that, which is really hard. So as I think about this, I don't think it's a high anymore. But there is something about being back in my classroom and being with friends.
You mean my classroom?
Yeah. You know what? It makes me feel close to you, except your ear doesn't work today. So I've been thinking mean thoughts of you, but don't worry. I gave them to Jesus and let it go. So it's okay. So I've been sweating a lot as I've been working in my room, but hopefully it'll be fixed tomorrow. But it is nice. Like it's a second home.
Yeah.
It feels good to go out to lunch because we never get to do that during the year. So like that's kind of nice. And like we talked about last time about redecorating. So I've got all new border, all new colors, a new thing on my window, new door. So like that's exciting. So that's kind of my high being back.
Yeah. Your room looks really good.
Thanks.
Your room. And I told Robin this off air, but I am really happy she's in there.
Me too.
Minus the broken ear, and I maybe should have warned you, but I thought it was fixed. They tell me every year it's fixed. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? I hope by the next time we meet it is. So we can actually sit in my room instead of in another room.
Go for it.
So yeah, that's my high.
Okay, so
yes,
we have said that this week we're going to go over the worst parts
going back
and next week we'll go over the best parts. So don't think we're all negative with it, but there's reality. There's some reality with this.
And we want you to stay negative right now, so then when you really come back, we're in the positive. So we started early.
Yeah.
So you can have these negative feelings this week and next week. But then by next week, we're going to say the great things. So you'll be like, yeah, I'm ready to go back.
Absolutely.
This is my best life.
It is.
Yeah.
Because it's the only one you have. So.
You have to pay your bills. You have no other choice.
No other choice. It's happening, people. We cannot pause time.
And that's why I told Dave on Sunday when he was like, how do you feel about going? Well, listen, I was living my best life too, because I thought I had to come back on Monday.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Tuesday. So I thought that's what school systems should do.
Only
they should tell it. Well, yeah. That would be
Aren't
awesome.
some schools doing that?
That would be a good thing. But tell teachers that they have to come back on like the Monday and then send an email out and say, actually, I'm not going to have you start till Tuesday. And then have it Tuesday all along. But then people are going to be like, oh my gosh. Because honestly, Monday felt like a free day to me. Like I was a gift. And it was on the calendar the whole time.
I think you would have people that would feel that way. But then you would have those people who are like, well, I could have done this or done this.
Always
Yeah. But I do like what you're thinking. I'm all for like those days when we get released early. I like it whenever we get like over the intercom or message and it's like, you can leave school an hour early. I mean,
does that ever happen?
It happened early on in my career. I don't feel like it's happened the last few because
that's a huge gift. Yes.
Yeah, but it feels really nice.
It's a huge gift.
Yeah.
It is. And that's how I felt about Monday. Like I felt like it was just a bonus day.
Okay.
Back to the negative.
Negative.
That's some positive talking.
Things about coming back to school that are not so wonderful.
Okay.
First up on my list, because we just completed these, but those HR videos. And I don't know that every school system does this, but we have like 10.
I think because you know what?
Every year one more.
I think everybody does these because I follow a Instagram teacher page.
Yeah.
And they had a meme that said, when you get a 70% on when you have to watch like the thing. And so I was like, other people have to do it.
So for those of you that don't, I don't think everybody does, because I talked to somebody at a different school and they did not.
Well, you know what? They're living right then. They should be thankful.
Or they are not covered legally. I don't know which. But what we have to do is we have to watch these videos over all kinds of different things.
20 videos.
That seems like an exaggeration.
Oh no, you keep talking.
Okay, you look it up and figure out how many.
Okay.
So in these videos, it's like blood-borne pathogens, and you have to watch this. Now, eventually, you can what they call test out, like from year to year. So, like last year, I did these videos, and so this time it's like you can test out. But here's the thing. It's 100%.
And it used to be 80.
Yes.
And that's what I thought, because I was just kind of scanning and answering, because I was like, look at me. I know these. No, boom. I had to take the
100%.
test. 100. You can't even make a mistake.
No. And if you don't get 100%, you have to then watch the video that could be like 12 minutes long.
Yes. Preach it, sister.
And then take it again. Now, on the second time, you still have to get 100%.
Yeah, but you can take it over. After you watch all the videos.
Yeah, you can take it a million times if you need to. But oh my goodness. So we like to take them at my house and kind of go through it that way, but it takes forever. And I believe our substitutes maybe even have to do that.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Which I get it as far as like there's things people need to make sure that they know about blood-borne pathogens and allergies and how to treat other people and what you should and should not say. However, how many did you
17.
There are 17?
Yep.
Oh
17.
My goodness. Well, one of those is like a form, I think. I bet there's 15 actual videos. She's still counting.
17.
Oh my goodness.
And some are 45 minutes long. Others sometimes 5. But yes, and that FERPA one gets me every time.
Well,
tricky little
you
quizzes.
can like turn it on and then like listen to it, which is usually what I do like in my classroom if I have to do a video. You can listen to it and then you don't have to like watch it. Like you're not having to sit in front of the screen the whole time.
Yeah, I usually turn on Netflix and mute it.
Yeah.
And listen to it.
Yeah.
And then take the quiz.
I don't know why you're not passing the first time. I have no idea. I have no idea why you're not passing the first time.
And then I just have to memorize the answers. But you know what? Some of those I rocked and I felt good about.
Yeah.
But man, the videos for sure.
Yep. Okay. What's one on your list?
You know what? Because I'm right in the middle of this, I'm gonna say I love to decorate my room and start. We talked about that, okay?
Yeah.
But what I hate, the glue gun. Today, I have a heavy-duty glue gun because you know why? Nothing sticks on the walls.
Yeah, it's true.
I want you to look at me today. I ripped off skin here, here, and here from a glue gun today. I mean, skin got ripped off. It was that bad. I was in so much pain. I thought I was going to die.
Is that a workman's comp claim?
That's what Nicole said. She said if you go in,
it's a lot of
they'll
paperwork.
cut your arm off. So
yeah,
don't go in.
It's a lot of paperwork.
So
for
you know
that.
what? But it's
you need like one of those. There are hot glue guns that if you get it on, it does not burn you that
I know,
bad.
but
you need one of those.
I need to because I'm not graceful, and so I added some new curtains, and so
Oh
it
my
came back down on
gosh.
me. And I honestly,
it
was bad.
My sister had a similar experience, and she still has a scar
No,
on
I think
her
that's how this
arm.
will be. Yes.
It was disgusting.
Yes, I know how she feels. So I had to go up to the secretary. Thankfully, Miss Barbie was so nice. She took me to the nurse's room. We put on something that hurts the burn, and then we put some Neosporin, but I was in a lot of pain.
No.
And luckily my mom was here working too. She kept working and I rested.
Oh, I was like, so you had your mom, Miss Barbie, and you went to the nurse and got your boo-boo healed with spray that is for burns and
Neosporin.
And Neosporin.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know what? I'm still working. I kept working.
Yeah.
I still because my mom says that she knows that it hurts, but we have to keep overcoming. My mom, she just keeps making me work. She's like, "You're fine." If I've hurt mine too.
I like that kind of mom.
Yeah,
that's like, you know what? I know this hurts, but you can do hard things.
I can do hard things,
and this is your job.
Yes,
get in here.
So the safety of it, all the hard and actually
that's
decorate. Even though I like to decorate. It takes a lot of work and money. It costs a lot of money.
And whenever I'm decorating my room and having to use hot glue guns, I think this building in particular, you have to do that more. The new building I'm going to, I don't remember having to do hot glue guns as much.
I feel like that's bragging a little bit.
Let
me know.
They kicked me out of here. So
let me know.
Okay,
let me know.
I will. I'll let you know. Keep you updated.
I would like to see maybe that'll be the good things for next time.
Okay.
That you didn't have to use much glue gun.
Well, I won't be in my room yet.
Oh, because you still got a month of.
They won't even let us in yet. So, okay.
All right.
My negative is my summer brain. When you come back to school, you're not at full force. Like, I haven't had to use all parts of my brain. It's been hanging out. It's been having a good time. Having a good time. Yeah. For instance, today, I was having to deal with some paperwork and had to call a company and, all kinds of fun stuff. And I was getting very confused talking to customer service. And I started talking about my dental plan, or if I needed to bring it, and they're like, this does not cover dental. And I'm like, it's supposed to, I think. And so then I'm like, where's my paperwork? Looked through it, and then I'm like, no. And I said something about summer brain. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm a teacher, and I have summer brain. And I could tell through the phone line
that they didn't understand.
They did not understand, but he wanted to. So he was like,
he was trying to comfort you.
I could tell he was like thinking about it. And he's like, I get it. And I'm like, no, you don't. But thank you anyways for helping. And he did. He was very helpful. So sometimes
I like the car salesman. I'm still upset about that.
I've got more for you.
Oh, no.
Off air, I'll tell you more because there's even more.
I'm fired up.
Because we went to another dealership and had another bad incident.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so summer brain is a tough part for me.
That is hard.
And when you go into those professional development meetings and you're supposed to sound all smart and you're like, I don't even know what that stands for. What does PD stand for? It's professional development. I do know that. But
I know. It's awful.
Summer brain. So you get a little jump start on
No, it
that.
is nice.
You'll be smart.
I know.
Smart.
And then I'll seem like I'm shining because all y'all will be like, and I'll be like, what are you talking about? Like,
start quoting from textbooks like people that I don't know or should know, but don't.
Lynn the Door on page 15, paragraph 2.
You should do that at one of the first meetings. Please do. People will be like, whoa, Robin is all over this. All right. What's your next?
Okay. Mine is getting up and going to school when everybody's still in summer mode, like my kids. You know what I mean?
Like you right now and me?
Yes. So like getting up early, getting a shower, getting dressed, and Maddie like at 10:30 texts me and says, I'm a mom. You don't have to worry about me.
At 10:30?
I'm like, oh. And see, well, she's very upset because she thinks she's a teenager. She should sleep on as long as she wants. Honestly, I would like her home by 9:30, so I'm really compromising this week to 10:30.
Yeah,
because she's babysitting next week, so she'll have to get up at 7. So, so this is good. But I'm like,
hours earlier.
But that is so hard because that is a hard when everybody, especially when we have kids, you know, like they're still in that, lazy, having fun, going with grandma and Nancy and friends, doing stuff, and you're here in the classroom. And so I think that's a hard one.
I think I get that too. We usually ship our kids somewhere like a grandparent's house or something, so I don't feel that sense of jealousy. But then I realized, like, my mom will send me pictures of them on the farm doing stuff. And I'm like, oh, they're having a great time.
I know.
And I'm in this meeting for 4 hours.
I know.
But hopefully I get to eat out for lunch.
I know, that is a plus. Let's keep that plus.
I needed that for next week. So I do agree, though, like, having to wake up. Now, I wonder how this is different in our homes, though, because, like, my husband is also in education, but yours is not.
Which is nicer for me.
Doesn't he always have to go to work?
He does, but let me tell you about him.
Okay.
He likes to get up. He's nothing like I am. He's very routine. He has a certain way he does things. He lays his clothes out on the chair in the morning, but before the night before.
Oh, the night before.
Ready to go. Mm-hmm. He likes to get ready completely, and then he sits at the kitchen table and he likes to read his Bible and devotion. Well, it's awesome. Yeah. Okay. It's great when everybody else is sleeping.
Yeah.
So on Tuesday when I went in there, and I was getting my backpack, he looked at me, he said, "Do you think maybe you could have done this last night?" I said, "Buddy, I'm sorry, your routine's changing. I can't be locked in my bedroom all the time." And he's like, "No, I don't mind. You were opening that box." I was like, "I was opening a box was disturbing your Bible reading? Maybe go back to that verse, buddy." Read a little deeper. Highlight that section of being not selfish.
Not selfish.
Is that in
judgmental?
The Bible? So anyway, so it is nice because he is up and that does help.
Yeah.
But it is, and he'll have to transition that too because he loves that we're off in the summer, but he's a routine person. So he likes that I'm getting up and working and coming home with him. He likes that part, even though he likes when we're home.
Yeah.
But it is kind of rocking his world a little bit because
I think on this same note though, it's the having to go to bed earlier.
And I'm not, and that's the hardest part is because my husband gets in a habit of going late with us because he can live with just a little bit of sleep. I cannot.
I cannot either.
I am tired. So
we have a lot of energy.
We do, and we work.
We don't sleep.
No, we will melt. And this is
be bad.
And so that has been the hardest this week is we're not getting to bed till like 11:30 midnight, and I'm still having to get up early. So I'm so tired.
Yeah.
So that's another hard one.
Because I was talking to a teacher friend, shout out to Miss Perigi, and she said she goes to bed at like 3 a.m. every night in the summer because she's a night owl. I'm like, that's not even a night owl.
That's like, the middle of the morning.
I don't even know what that is. That's Batman. I don't know. Yeah, that's not really a thing.
3 in the morning?
Yeah. And she's like, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I think she goes to bed at 11 or 11:30 during the school year.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah.
No.
No, what time do you go to bed in the school year?
10.
Oh, I would like to.
10:30.
We're at 10:30, 11. But I could honestly be in bed before 10 and then just have time to talk and calm down and be asleep by 10:30. That'd be ideal. Ideal to me. Ideal.
Speaking of teachers. No, but I think that's, I don't know. So that's hard to kind of get back in that routine of things and realizing you're going to have to wake up early. Now, this summer I have woke up early about every other day because my son has weights at 6:50 every morning. So
that's horrible.
Then
Do you go back to sleep?
I've only went back to sleep once. The other times I've been like, all right, he's working out. I probably should too.
Oh man, that's
impressive. I work out.
I can't. After I wake, I can't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I can't.
See, there's it.
It's because I'm getting older.
That's gray hairs.
No.
Not to bring up the bad subject. All right, do you have another one?
The last one.
Okay.
All the meetings.
Oh gosh.
All the meetings.
Yeah.
And listen, I do feel like looking at things, I think our district's getting better at this. It's like letting you work in your room more. But I'll tell you, in the past, you come the first day and it's meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. And I know there's some things you have to know. There is. And you know what? Here's the thing. I actually am presenting a couple things. So I have things that
you're part of the problem.
And they need to be told.
You're
So
part of the problem.
I understand that. But I just think there needs to be time to just work in your room. Yeah. Just work in your room more.
Well, I agree. And I do think our district has gotten better about that because they're realizing, like, I don't know that people quite realize the amount of time teachers spend in their classroom trying to get it ready.
Yes.
Before we even are getting paid to be in the classroom.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, that's one thing nice about where my job this year is I would usually be up here anyway, but for free.
Yeah.
So that is
Now
nice.
You're just bragging. So I feel worse. And everybody listening feels worse. But
hey, I have no air in my room right now. Does that make you feel better?
Actually, I don't want to be up here all day, so it's okay. I still support you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so those goes all those things. I think the last thing on mine about the worst part about going back is thinking about less time with my own kids.
Know.
Just because in the summer, like, we wake up, kind of hang out. We can kind of just spend time together or apart or whatever, but you just know that they're right there and you know what's going on.
I agree.
And so, like, today I was playing my youngest, Cruz. He wanted to play some Connect sports, so we were playing some baseball and all that stuff. And I was just like, these are things like we don't get to do during the year. No. I mean, I know we could do those things. It's just you do now.
Busy. You have other things to do. Yeah, I agree. That is hard.
Right. Why don't you give some reminders about what we've got going on, and I can get our challenge ready.
Okay. Well, remember that we have Pinterest. We have.
I can't get over you saying Pinterest. It's Pinterest. We've had this conversation.
Yes, we have.
It just still makes me giggle. I'm sorry. You know what? Keep on going with those reminders.
Thank you. We have Facebook. We have Instagram. We have TikTok. And then we're on all the podcasts. And if you would like to, give us a 5. If not, walk away. But you can do what you want. But just so you know. And we're really excited. I feel like this is like a new season starting for us. We have a lot of fun things planned and some exciting things. And it's back. I'm glad to get back to normal. And so I'm excited about having some new guests and all those things. So that's exciting. So all those things we have available for anyone that's interested.
Absolutely. And just make sure that you're liking it and sharing.
And make comments. I wish more people would comment on things because I really love hearing other people's stories.
And if you haven't noticed, like Robin and I like commenting back. I saw there was one on TikTok recently about, and actually there was some about your last episode too. I think I commented on them. But
I didn't see that.
whenever we see those things, it's like, I don't know. Robin and I obviously like talking to people.
Yes.
So, and Krista, our social media girl, does too.
Yes.
So, comment on things and somebody will definitely message you back, and maybe multiple of us because we can't get enough of it. So
I probably would, but I have trouble going back between the two. So I think about it.
It's a little confusing.
Yes. So
okay. Well, when we're thinking about these worst parts of all these different things, I think sometimes we can get our mind in that and kind of be dreading coming back to school. And I think we just kind of need to switch. There's so much about mindset, right?
Yeah.
That we need to be thinking about. And so I found this scripture, Joshua 1:5, and it says, "You've got someone standing beside you that's stronger than the one standing against you." And I think sometimes the devil just kind of has those things all these things that we talked about. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But then we need to go with what we're going to be doing next week, which is hitting that bright side. And when we think about the scripture, you've got someone standing beside you. God is always standing beside you. In the hardest of times, even whenever you don't know or you're questioning or whatever, God is right there next to you. And God is so much stronger than the one standing against you. I mean, the enemy's going to throw things our direction, and we're kind of joking about some of these worst parts, but you're going to be in those meetings and be like, I want to be working in my classroom. But again, the mindset is a huge part with that, and just switching it. So I had recently someone talking about the best thing to do when you have those things going on is doing some journaling.
I just read about journaling today.
What did you read?
I heard where I was looking at like challenges for us, and it says to start actually and the number one was starting to journal.
Well, there you go, because that's going to be my challenge. Is in those situations, I know a lot of us can doodle, but maybe just start journaling and just being like, this is how I'm feeling, this is why, but here's how I'm wanting to change that, or here's what I'm really actually trying to get from it. Because I know for me, sometimes I'm watching those videos and I'm like, ugh. But in the same sense, it's good for me to have those reminders about how to be able to handle these things. And so if I'm having some of those, and you're journaling, it's not that you have to be sitting there for 10 minutes journaling, although it is very therapeutic. Mm-hmm. So if you want to start a journal for the school year, go for it. Yeah. I would love that. Maybe I should challenge myself for that. Actually,
we do the challenges too, or we just tell other people to do it?
Because I said do it like in small doses. Yeah. I can't fully commit to a journal. I've tried to do that like 3 times in my career, and every time I stop. But journal about some of those things, because like I said, the one standing next to you, is so much stronger than those standing against you. And so, yeah.
And even if you start off small, because, I'm not a great journaler, but I do write down a lot of times like my prayer requests or my thoughts and even good things that happen throughout. And I love when I go back and look back and think, oh my gosh, God answered this and he answered. Like sometimes we forget about that. So that's what I love about journaling, or you just write a few things. It doesn't have to be like, I'm not a great writer. Sometimes it's just a few words. It's just a thought. Maybe it's a highlight or something. But I think that is such, because I think even doing that is going back and looking how far you came, how faithful God has been to you.
Absolutely.
And all those things. And that's why I think is one of the most benefits of journaling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us this week. Yeah. And I don't remember if you mentioned that we have YouTube.
No,
but we do have YouTube. This will be up. One of the things about the YouTube is that I don't edit it.
Oh no!
So you get the full conversation.
Oh my gosh!
And maybe some bonus clips, because I think I'm actually going to keep us on the video so I can tell you my other dealership story.
Oh, okay.
So, bonus, go check it out on YouTube. But
we hope you have a great week. And this is Listen.
Teacher Chatter.
This is Robin.
And Jill.
And have an amazing week.
Go live your best week yet.
Go buy your journal. Or just use a notebook. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So, second dealership story. You're not going to believe this.
Oh, no.
So, we go into a dealership locally area.
Uh-huh.
And they've got this vehicle like we've been looking for, low miles, good cost, actually, like far below market value. The salesman takes us back there. He goes, we actually just got it in. They're needing to run it through. He's like, you can look at it, but you can't drive it because it's got to go through the inspection.
Yeah.
Great. And he's like, but you're the first people. He's like, when it gets done, I will call you and you will be the first people.
You're like, all right.
Yeah. To test drive this, all of it. Awesome. We leave, go home. The next day, haven't heard from him. So Sean calls him in the afternoon and he says, I'll let you know. I'm going to go look. Looks, calls us back. Yeah. When can you be here? Yeah. You're the first people. Yeah. Fabulous. Be there at 4:30. We are there a little before 4:30. Uh-huh. We walk in and he's like, oh yeah, let me go. I'll pull it around for you. And he tells the guy, he's like, yeah, they're here to look at this particular car. And the guy kind of looks at him. He's like, well, did I talk with you yesterday? I'm like, no. I was like, we dealt with this guy. And he's all kind of being weird. Well, then our guy leaves. And this guy, I don't know if he gets a phone call or if that was – either way, he gets on the phone. He's on the phone. And we hear him talking to somebody about this car. And he's like, well, what time? Yeah, we still have that available. When will you be here? Okay, a little bit after. Okay, so, and we're kind of like, it's weird. So we walk to the back as we're waiting for our guy to bring the car up. Meanwhile, this other salesman comes up to us. Well, when did you talk to this guy about this car? Yesterday. So here's the thing. He goes, I had somebody that I told they could be the first people to drive it, and they're going to be here at 6:00.
Sorry.
And he says, and did he ask you if you could put down money to be the first people to test drive it? And I'm like, no. He goes, well, it's our policy. And he's new, so he didn't know that. It's our policy that you have to put down money to be the first person to drive it.
No.
And we're like, we were here before. And he's like, well, I had talked to this person on Saturday and we had talked yesterday and they put down money. And he's like, I apologize. And we're like, what? So long story short, we go up there and then our guy comes in and he's like, I did not know any of this. And he's like, I talked to a different supervisor that said that didn't have to be. And the guy's looking at him like, I feel like the other dealer, the salesman, basically had somebody call and he's like,
and he wanted to sell.
Yeah. And so
did you even get to look at it?
No.
Oh,
well, they told us we could look at it, but they're like, you can't test drive it because they have money down.
That's not right.
And I don't even know if they actually had money down.
No.
And so it was one of those things
I'd be so mad. So that's 2 dealerships off the line.
Oh my gosh.
That's awful. That's awful.
Crazy stuff.
That's actually awful.
Yeah. So anyway.
Oh, that's so discouraging.
And that was in 2 days. Like
2
back-to-back days, we had those kind of experiences. And it was just like, they kind of like threw you to the side. Like, whatever.
That's not right.
No. So that was
not right.
sad.
That's sad.
But maybe one day, I just keep saying, like, it's going to work out. Like, there's going to be the perfect
I
one
know.
that's going to come along.
And God has the right one. There might be a reason that one didn't work out.
Yep.
That's the way you have to look at it. That's
I know.
What I always have
and
to
that's
look
what
at.
I was trying to do.
There has to be a reason, even though it's upsetting.
And I said, you know what? Maybe that salesman, he was having to, had some kind of financial situation.
That's very positive thinking.
I know. I was trying because I was like, maybe that's it. And so he really needed the sale more than the other person, because we definitely had been the first people to look at it.
Oh, that's the worst. So what are you looking for?
A fun car. That's all I'll say. A fun car. So that's the other part. It's not something we have to have. It's a fun car.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know. It was exciting. And it still is.
No, the perfect one will come.
It's not a rush. It's fine.
So you're not urgent. It's just what you...
Yeah, it's just we found these things that kind of...
Yeah.
So, anyway, if you people on YouTube, that's...
Oh,
got any fun cars? Let me know. We're in the market.
But don't sell underneath her, please.
Don't.
No, she won't be able to make it.
No, because I've already had like 2. It's not been fun.
That's the worst.
So, anyway, all right.
Okay.
Adios.
See ya.